Welcome to the Intangibles Overtime.
Los Intangibles Overtime.
This is a YouTube video. We're going to start like a little series, a segment where basically we just talk about stuff we don't get to talk about in the podcast. And one of the things that we were really working on was this trade between the potential trade, I should say, between Philly and Houston if Mike D'Antoni is the coach. It's been a lot of rumors swirling. There's been plenty of headlines. Like, seriously, every website that covers the NBA has had an article on this at least once. So, Connor, what's your stance on it? I just want to start off this video by just saying, how do you think this will happen, and what % chance do you give it?
Honestly, I'm not sure with Doc Rivers being on the market. It definitely sort of throws a little curveball to the league and everybody, analyzing, such as us. But I'd probably give it a 30% chance.
Yeah, it's hard to say because you have a % chance already to get Mike D'Antoni, and you don't get James Harden without Mike D'Antoni. So, yeah, I'm going to give it around 25-30% chance. But let's talk hypothetical. We love talking hypothetical.
Always.
We gotta put together the best trade for both teams in this little video we're going to do. I want to keep – if I'm the Sixers – so I'm a Sixers fan, so I'm going to just be the general manager of the Sixers, and you'll be the general manager of the Houston Rockets. You'll be Daryl Morey. I'm Elton Brand. Well, I'm way better than Elton Brand, and you'll be Daryl Morey. All right, so if what I would propose to you is I would ask you how much would you value the 22nd overall pick? That'd be first. And future first-round picks from Philadelphia. What would be your value of those picks? Let's just start off with that.
Honestly, I'm definitely taking the first-round picks pretty high priority because I can build around James Harden if we keep him. Say we keep Westbrook longer, get rid of Harden in this trade. I'm definitely wanting a little bit of talent from the Sixers, and I'm definitely looking for those first-round picks you're talking about. And the 22nd pick, I want something a little bit better, but I think that's something I can live with because first-round picks, first-round talent, it's going to be good regardless of where you are in the draft, but you'd prefer to be higher if you're getting rid of somebody like James Harden.
Yeah, and also we don't really have a center to give you, so that's
exactly.
Yeah, if Mike D'Antoni's gone, the first thing they would do is probably look for a center. I don't expect them to run small ball without D'Antoni.
I'm looking for a coach.
Yeah. After you're done, let's say you have a coach and whoever it might be, Elton Brand. I'm Elton Brand, and I'll probably ship you. I'll give you Brett Brown in this deal.
No deal.
We can trade coaches.
You better trade your whole team with them.
All right, so this is what I propose to you, Connor. I would propose Al Horford to be that big man. He could probably play center. He can stretch the floor. You don't have to change your mold that much. I would give you Josh Richardson and Matisse Thybulle, so those three players.
Young talent.
Right, and I would give you the 22nd overall pick along with 2 future first-round picks. So the first-round picks would be in 2022 and 2024. What do you see in that? And also, I would probably have to get like Corey Clements on the team to make the rosters fair. How do you view that trade?
I mean, we're getting rid of James Harden. We're getting Horford, who I'm not signing to a big contract. He's going to be on a minimal contract, the least amount I can possibly give him. All
right. Well, you have to keep his contract on the books.
I'm not going to take Horford with that contract.
So if you're not going to sign him, like re-sign or anything. So he's going to be like a 2-year rental for you guys.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even know how I feel about that. Just because I don't know if I want to waste money for 2 years like that. Because I'm looking to bring in more young talent than anything. And Horford, he's a veteran, but we already have Russell Westbrook.
Okay, well, you're getting Matisse Thybulle.
And he's an elite defender for how young he is. And Josh Richardson, he's a good role player for us. Maybe he comes off like a 6-man type guy. But I'm definitely skeptical of Horford and his contract. So that is probably what throws a wrench in that trade for me. Personally, I don't know if I want Horford. I don't know if I want to eat his contract for 2 years. That's a lot to take on financially.
Yeah, I completely agree. But this is where I'm going to make my point too, Connor. You guys haven't had a successful season in terms of finals. You guys never been to the finals. You haven't got over that hump. It doesn't look like you're going to get over that hump because LeBron and AD are going to be in Los Angeles for a number of years. We still don't know what the Clippers situation are. Denver's only going to be getting better. And you guys seem to be getting worse. Russell Westbrook's getting older. James Harden's getting older. James Harden and Russell Westbrook don't necessarily fit together as they would, because if you look at the most success that this team's had, and was with Chris Paul, who's not necessarily demanding ISOs and demanding shots. So the reason we put in Al Horford is to make the money match. So you're not over the salary cap, and it is
crap's right.
It is a salary crap. So the salary cap, we both stay within the salary cap. So you only have them for 2 years. You rebuild with those 2 years, and then the next, whoever you sign, or you can trade Al Horford later. I don't care what you do with them. But you have that money on the books. You're going to limit yourself in free agency with that. But also, your players that you want to build around will be on rookie contracts anyway. So they'll be on $6, $7, $8 million contracts for the next 3 years. And then you let Al walk, and then that's when you can sign those guys to big extensions. So that's the reason I have Al. Is there any trade you would like to send me for probably the same picks, because we would be willing to give away those picks, but preferably without Ben Simmons or Joel Embiid?
I mean, obviously, we're giving you Harden. That's our guy,
right?
So, I'd really like somebody better in return, but I do see what you're doing with your trade. So I can't really propose a trade because there's not really anybody else on the Sixers appealing to me besides Thibault and Richardson.
And that's exactly where we're going to get the Houston Rockets. If there were a trade, this is like a true representation, because I knew this coming in, because I asked you that question knowing it was going to be rhetorical.
Yeah.
There's no one else, especially the fit for the Houston Rockets are going with any coach they have. I'm talking about fit within their current roster. But I gave you that question knowing that there's really no one else. So if Mike D'Antoni were to coach the Sixers, I feel like that would be the trade to go through. As much as it would hurt Daryl Morey.
Yeah. If a trade's going to go through, that's the one. Frankly, I don't see it going through. But, like we're saying, we're hypothetically speaking. I may expect one more draft pick. Maybe it's a second rounder, just to add on, because losing James Harden, we're going to need more depth with the Houston Rockets. So we need as many picks as we can get to make up for that lost talent.
So right now you have our 2020 first round. You have our 2022 and our 2024. So we could be willing to give you our 2021 second. So you'll have our picks for the next 4 out of 5 years, which if we're getting James Harden, I'm not happy with it, but it's a compromise I'll be willing to take.
Right, because most likely Harden will stay there through the length of those picks, and you'll have your big three that we expected Jimmy and them to be potentially. But it's a tough situation if you're the Rockets, because you're building from the bottom up. Because, like you said, Russell Westbrook, he's not our guy. I don't think. If I'm the Rockets, he's not our guy. He stays for a couple years, maybe retires here, maybe he goes back to OKC. We work out a trade with them at some point, because I think draft picks are going to be what the Houston Rockets want if they get rid of James Harden, because you're going to want to build from the ground up with young talent.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Connor. That's where we're going to end our first ever episode of the Intangibles Overtime. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We just like to talk about this because it's during the finals right now, so we really can't talk about what we'd rather talk about. But yeah, thank you, Connor, for joining us. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. You can catch our Intangibles podcast. Comes out Tuesday and Friday. New episodes at noon Eastern time. Links will be in the description. Make sure you guys download. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.